to live your legacy, where every story holds a turning point, and every turning point holds the power of legacy.
Welcome, grace and greetings, and welcome to Live Your Legacy, a Miss You Graham production, and the conversational podcast where we explore how life's defining moments shape the legacy we leave behind. I'm your host, Patricia D. Freudenberg, also known as Patty from New York, and this show is rooted in one simple truth. Grief is not always about death. Sometimes it comes through life's changes, losses, detours, and new beginnings. And here we speak with entrepreneurs, authors, leaders, and creators who have turned life-defining moments into meaningful work and lasting contributions. Because legacy is not only what we leave behind, it's what we're shaping right now through vision, impact, and purpose. And today I am honored to welcome our special guest. That's right, we got a special guest here. Tiffany Jones is an author, speaker who turned the fight of her life into the climb of her life. After being diagnosed with cancer, she set her sights on Mount Kilimanjaro, Africa's highest peak, and summited it. And it proved that the human spirit is stronger than the diagnosis. The journey, she says, began with a single step by buying a pair of sneakers. Welcome to our show, Live Your Legacy. Tiffany, thank you for being here. And where are you coming in from? And tell us a little bit more about what you're doing and who you are.
Oh, thank you, Patty. It's so good to be here. I am coming in from sunny Florida today. That is I just recently moved from Maine, got too cold, we can move down to Florida.
That's a nice change. I see the sun right behind you and it's beautiful. Again, thank you for being with us today. And we're going to get right into it. My first question here for you today is, would you agree or disagree that hindsight is always 2020, and why?
Oh, I love that. So good. It's so amen. Yes, 100%. Hindsight is 2020. And I guess if we choose to have it be, that's up to us too, right? That if it is 2020, because that's our action, is like to look at what has happened, to really put those pieces together. I think it is there in its clarity. What we get to look at is really makes it that 2020.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think life has a lot of choices involved, right? And sometimes we don't want to accept it, but it really is what we choose, how we choose to see it. So it is 100% if we choose to see it that way.
Yes.
But yeah, I like your answer. Thank you for that. So can you take us back a moment and share with us a pivotal moment that changed the direction of your life and or work?
I know all of it. I love talking about legacy, Patty. I love talking about legacy. And for me, what really the pivot happened when I lost my mom in 2022 to cancer. And I had lost my dad a few years before that to cancer as well. And it was honestly, my journey with them was as the caretaker. I have two younger brothers. I'm the oldest sister. I'm the daughter. I was the caretaker, and I really was with them through their journey. And so when I lost my mom, she was young. She was 71, and it crushed me. She was my best friend. I didn't know what to do. It was like I felt spiraling, and it was then that I really realized that we can't say someday forever. And that had been my MO, was someday, oh sure, someday I will write a book, someday I will start a podcast, someday, when I lose the weight, when I get the money, all the reasons why I would say someday. That perspective just shifted immediately when I lost my mom.
Wow. I'll tell you, someday is,
Yeah.
I know this is something funny, but is that your book, Someday? I see the book title, Someday, authored by Tiffany Jones. It,
Wow.
am I like
Wow.
imagining things, or did it happen already?
Wow. Wow. That
It didn't
um
happen yet? Okay, so
no,
it's
no.
in the
So I
works.
have a book. My book is entitled Couch to Kilimanjaro.
Okay.
But I'm writing a second book, Patty,
Okay.
and I'm going to write that down right now.
I
You
see it. I
it is
see it. I
it
see
is
it.
my phrase.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is my phrase. I'm quoted mostly for that phrase. We can't say someday forever because
That's
um
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like I see it.
Wow. Okay, I'm writing that down, Patty. We saw it here first.
Right here on Live Your Legacy. That's exciting. I love when that happens. Okay. I just had to share with you because I'm
Thank
like,
you.
is it written already, that book, someday? Because that's how I'm seeing it, like visually. I'm seeing the title, Someday, and title authored by you. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Thanks for sharing that, because but that's a message that I feel for our listeners. Some
Yes.
that someday, that alone, what you shared, I really strongly believe that is going to be a mustard seed right there. So thank you for that. And hopefully your
Yes.
book will be the fruit of that mustard seed. What challenge would you say was a blessing in disguise? And I'm sure there's many, but what comes to top of mind?
Yes, there are so many. And for me, what happened was when I realized that I have been in a business group and the challenge came up that happens many times in groups when you have a culminating factor and they ask you that question, what would you do if you could do anything?
Yeah.
It's very Tony Robbins, right? What would you do if you could do it? Put down all of those excuses. And I had been working with a man who brings cancer survivors to go climb Kilimanjaro. And he and I had been working. He has a book. He's a international speaker. He has a movie. I've been working with him, and he would say to me, Tiffany, someday you're going to come to Africa. Someday you'll see you. And he was with me during my mom's time. He's like, you and your mom, you're going to see, you're going to come to Africa. And I was like, okay, Sean, maybe someday. But I was in this business group. They asked me, what would you do if you could do anything? And I said, you know what? I'm going to climb Kilimanjaro to kick cancer's butt.
That's like a big deal, like literally and figuratively.
It's bonkers, to be honest. It's so bonkers because I'm not a typical mountain climber, Patty. It was like that message was not something I would say. Okay, that is not, it's
But the fact
not,
that you, but the fact that you, I don't want to tell your story, but like
yeah,
you did something about it. You didn't just talk about it. You did something about
yeah.
it.
And I guess that is my story is that I think we all have these bonker ideas, right? We all have these pie in the sky ideas. And of course, we go through these groups and we talk about that, about those removing limiting beliefs. We all are working on that. We're all open to our mountains and climbing these crazy things. But what I didn't know was how I was going to do it. I had no idea. How do you climb? Where do you even start, Patty?
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, where do you start? Where do you go? What do you do? What do you know about it? What gear do you wear? What, like, somebody help me.
Oh, for a minute. Can you hear me?
I could hear you. Yeah. Hold on, but we don't see you.
I lost sound.
Oh, we lost you for a minute, but it's okay. We're talking Kilimanjaro and the skies here.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Oh, no. I'm going to take this. Why can't I hear you? Oh, technical.
I can't see you either. But the screen is black. I could hear you, but you can't hear me. But the screen is black. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, I can
Yeah.
hear you now.
Okay. I'm hanging up.
Okay.
Hi, and I'll edit that part. Oh, now I can't hear you. Now you're on mute somehow. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. It's loading. So you climbed Kilimanjaro, not knowing how, but you did it. That's amazing. I'm going to ask you the next question. Who has been the most memorable mentor in your life and why? Again, loaded question. You can say more than one, but who comes to the top of mind?
Mother Teresa.
That's beautiful.
I always was just in awe of how she would go to go to places, right? That she didn't necessarily fit in, if you will, or but she would go, she was called and she would go there and do these things. And so I do want to go back to that, the climb, for a second, because I didn't make
Sure.
the summit. I didn't make the summit. So my journey was that I started by buying a pair of sneakers. I had no idea how I was going to climb the mountain. No idea. I'm not a typical mountain climber. I didn't know. I
Yeah.
just get this message and you get this big idea, but how do you do it? And for me, this is where I had done a couch to 5K before. And if anyone's familiar, that's, you try to run a 5K. I'm not really a runner either, but I would run for 30 seconds and then walk for 3 minutes. And then I would run for another 30 seconds. And you make those intervals get closer and closer, and your running time longer and longer.
Oh.
And I had done that years prior, and that had been effective. And so I began by buying a pair of sneakers. I knew that I needed to do that. And that was a huge catalyst for what's the next piece you do. And then after the sneakers, I didn't have a job, so I didn't know where to start, but I could start a GoFundMe. Those are free to start. And so I started the GoFundMe, and all of a sudden in March of 2022, my GoFundMe got funded by Grape Nuts, Post Grape Nuts, the cereal.
Yes.
And
I'm fascinated. We lost your video. We don't see you anymore, but we hear you. And I'm fascinated about that story. I think that's amazing.
It was amazing. And the whole journey is that, for me, was the proof that we do all have a purpose here. And for me, it's God. I believe, I have a very strong faith that God has a plan. I don't know what that plan is. And I am just put here to take that next step. What am I going to do? And so that was how I really went into this journey of climbing the mountain. But when I started climbing the mountain, I got funded by Grape Nuts. So I had to go, I was like, oh my gosh, now you have to do it. Now you have to do it. You're like, oh no, you want that money? Then that excuse is taken away. Now I really shouldn't. Oh man.
Be careful what you wish for, Tiffany.
Be careful what you wish for, Patty. What? Oh my goodness. But it was right after that I got diagnosed with cancer.
Oh my God.
And so I started my whole GoFundMe was climbing Kilimanjaro to kick cancer's butt. And that was my focus, was really, I wanted to kick cancer's butt. It had taken my parents, and I got funded, But then when I got diagnosed with cancer, it was April. It was like it gave me more fuel to my fire. I was like, I'm already in this climb again to kick cancer's butt. Now I get cancer. I was like, no, not today.
Yeah, not happening.
Not happening. Cancer, not happening. It's not happening. Anyway, I worked with my doctors, and they had me go. And I flew out. I had my first lumpectomy the first week of June. And then I flew out to Africa on the last week of June. And the hike is 6 days up this highest mountain. It's 20,000 feet. And I ended up falling on day 4 on the mountain. I ended up falling.
Oh my God.
And it's like Mars up there. There's no vegetation. When you're that high, there's no oxygen, right? There's no vegetation. It's like dust and rocks. And I slid. I was sliding. It was day 4. I slid. Thankfully, a rock stopped my head. Otherwise, I would have just kept sliding off the mountain. But a rock stopped my head. And I'm pointing, my feet are up and my head is down, and I'm looking, I can see the summit because we're 2 days away, which is kind of close. You can see it, when things are far, it looks closer than it is. Anyway, I could see the summit, but I didn't want to die on that mountain, Patty. I was like,
Oh,
why?
Tiffany.
What am I doing? Like, what happened? What is
Yeah.
going on? This is
You've come that
not
far. You've come that far. You made a decision. You get funded. You make it there. You're almost there. And then this, wow, that's you have some faith.
hard. It was hard. And again, hindsight, I love your first question. Hindsight is 2020 because now I know what my story is, but in that moment, all I felt was that I failed
Mm,
because I was hypoxic, I was hypothermic, I was dehydrated. The only way to I wasn't getting oxygen to your brain is when is hypoxia. And I just wasn't, there was the only way to get oxygen is to go down
oh my
from
gosh.
the mountain. So I wasn't able to summit.
Oh
And
my
as
gosh.
I was coming down the mountain, my mom's voice came to me. And this is really the lesson I got from the mountain. And she said, Tiffany, sometimes it's stronger to be gentle than to fight.
Wow, that's powerful. Sometimes it's stronger to be gentle than fight. That's really wonderful. And look, you still remember. Wow. So
It was,
you had an experience. It was like
I had an experience, Patty.
wow.
It was
Wow.
so strong. I have taken that like to my core from the mountain because it gave me the ability to give myself grace.
That's right.
So many of us have mountains we're climbing. So many of us don't reach the top. And then we start to feel bad about ourselves and but really again back to your first question, 20 hindsight's 2020. Yes, it is. I thought I had failed. But
Mm.
what happened is that I had 2 days in the village where the rest of my hiking team was going up the mountain. And that 2 days, they showed me this building that they had just bought. This company that brings hikers up the mountain, that has this resort in Moshi, Tanzania, and the people there, they said, Tiffany, we want to bring you and show you this building. We just bought it. We have a vision of having a school. And I have this video, Patty, of this. It's got broken tiles, broken windows, a dirt, ground. And they said, we want to build a school here. And I was like, oh my, well, this is why I'm here.
You're moved. You're moved. It's like you all of a sudden you see your calling, you see your purpose.
It
That's
was
what it sounds like.
bigger than any mountain. Is my purpose was to be with a part of this, building this school, the Moshi Kids Center. And I would never, and so that was really the catalyst that started Patchworks. Patch was my maiden name, and so we're Patchworks Collective, named after kept in honor of my parents.
Oh, that's really beautiful. I didn't even know that
Legacy.
part either. Yeah, I'm telling you. Wow. And this, you might have answered this with your share, but was there a revelation, a personal motto or lesson that guided your journey?
Yeah, yeah. So a few, right? I mean, you can't say someday forever has been a huge one. And I didn't know how, but I just took the next step. I just and breaking those steps into incremental pieces, right? Like Atomic Habits by James Cleary, like all those
Yes.
pieces that we talk about. I literally did those because it is about the action that we take. We all can talk about all these things all the time, but
Mhm.
in honesty, you have to do something. Nothing happens if nothing happens. And so, but I wasn't able, like, even I bought the sneakers. There was like a $30 pair of Adidas from the sporting goods store. I went to go
The
join a
shoes that changed
gym,
your life. The shoes
and
that
they
changed
changed my
your life.
life. Those sneakers changed my life. Literally changed my life, Patty. Literally changed my life.
Amazing.
And
Amazing.
I wouldn't be here today without those sneakers.
Wow. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. What would you say to your younger self today, Tiffany?
I would definitely tell my younger self, and this is so I'm a high school teacher, and my gift, my joy, my blessing is that I get to be in these classrooms with these students, and I get to share these lessons with them, and I feel like that's my reparation to my younger self.
Oh,
I would definitely tell myself that are you are capable of anything.
oh, that's so cool. That's encouraging. That's really, really cool. I love that. What wisdom would you want your future self to keep holding on to?
I do want my future self to be reminded and continually reminded that things get overwhelming on a daily basis, right? Again, I call that our mountains. We all have these sometimes it's a mountain, a pile of laundry on my bed, Patty, right? That's my mountain for the day.
That's
But
right.
like, and my mad automatic response is to get overwhelmed, and maybe to avoid, maybe to shut down, maybe to not start things, maybe to do all those things. That's my automatic response. And so my future self, what I try to remind myself daily is just take the next step. What's that next small step you can do? What can you do? Okay, I pull out a towel from the pile of laundry. You know, I folded that towel, and all of a sudden my mountain of laundry shrunk a lot, and it was just one towel, right? But like that made an impact on that mountain of laundry. And I just continue to remind myself to just, just take that one little step.
Yeah. And it sounds like also by like you're I like that you seem to be able to not look at the mountain and get frozen, that you're like, okay, I'm gonna take a piece of that mountain and I'm gonna chip away at it, figuratively, obviously I'm speaking now, but like the laundry. But
Yeah.
you're not just
Yeah.
looking at that pile. You're okay, I'm gonna take a little piece out of that pile, and next thing you know, the pile's gone.
It's a
That's
miracle, right?
right.
I mean,
Yeah. And I
but
love being, I
you
love my
know,
miracles.
yeah,
What
it's me.
what the next question is, what does legacy mean to you personally? And again, that's a heavy question, but we want to know.
Yeah,
What does
a
legacy mean to
hundred
you,
percent,
Tiffany?
Patty. And again, when I lost my mom, I realized, she had had so many things that she had wanted to do, so many dreams that she didn't get to fulfill. And I saw that clearly too, that I just realized that this is my legacy today. Legacy means everything.
Yeah.
Everything that I am doing, every moment that I am sharing, every small step that I can take is my legacy, and I'm building that. Um, so I went back and I brought my daughter. I have a 14-year-old daughter. And so she came back with me and patchworks. She's been building patchworks with me.
That's cool.
And
That's
so,
really
yeah,
cool.
so she's 14 now. She's been to Africa 3 times with me. And they call me Mama Lily, right? Lily is like the shining star. It's her nonprofit as much as it is mine.
Oh, I love that. Wow, that's really beautiful. I love that name too. I love that. I love terms of endearment. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
What would you hope that people remember most about the way you lived, worked, or served?
I hope that they will remember most that I will try it, that I will try, I'll try it, that I try, that I do, that I do take those actions. Someone once said to me a long time ago, and it stuck with me, and it haunted me, that they were like, you have a lot of ideas, but you don't do things.
That's right.
And that was a huge moment in my life when I want to be remembered as the doer.
That's right. That it's like the aha moment, right? The awakening, right? And it's amazing how that could just completely change your life. A statement. And this is
Yes.
what we hope we do here today on Live Your Legacy, with your story and your shares and your some days that will change somebody's, tomorrow. So thank you
Yes.
for your vulnerability and sharing so candidly. If you could do it all over again, would you change anything, or did every part of your journey have a purpose?
Well, like hindsight is 2020. Every step had a purpose. Every moment had a purpose. I didn't know that purpose. Um, that being said, Patty, I have been called to do a comeback climb.
Ooh, baby. I know a little bit about that, by the way. I'm not totally surprised to hear it, but ooh, baby. And I'm considering joining you, but listen, don't hold me to it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm like, whoa, that's a, that's a big deal. That's all I can
It's
tell
a
you.
big deal. It is a big deal, Patty. And again, I have learned a lot. I learned a lot from that first climb, and so I do know what I need to do more of. And it started after when I came back. I did have, I had a whole cancer journey, right? I had all radiation, I had chemotherapy, double mastectomy. I was like in cancer journey for that year after I came back from falling on the mountain. And that was really physical. It's really physical. Radiation, chemotherapy, and the double mastectomy. It all just took a lot out of me physically. And so my comeback has been slower than I would have liked, but and I have no idea how I'm going to climb this mountain either. But I do know that I'm really focusing on trying to be physically fit.
Now, nonetheless, though, you did come back. Nonetheless, beat cancer.
Oh,
Nonetheless, you're
100%.
here talking about it, right? And
Yes.
nonetheless, you're going back for more. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. I love that you are a doer. You are an action taker, and that is part of your legacy.
Yeah.
So this is our signature question here as we're rounding it up to the tail end of the show. What is something about the journey that most people would be surprised to learn? Now, there's no right or wrong answer. It could be something fun, it could be something serious, but let the people know. We're curious minds. What is something about your journey that most people would be surprised to learn?
Oh, for me, I think you would be surprised to learn at how much Africa has to give. I thought I was going to be the one going over to do help be the helper. And I have been surprised, I'm continuously surprised at how much I am the student and the learner and how much Africa has helped me.
Ooh, it flipped. That's
Totally.
the flipperoonie.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that. So thank you for sharing your story. And we do we lost the visual, but we hear you loud and clear. We want to know, where can we find you? And I'm going to share here on the screen your IG. But tell the peoples, where can we find you, and what are you doing these days that people will be interested in? And I'm going to go and look for you there while you are talking about it. I'm going to
Oh,
add to the stage the IG. Here we go. Here's a little visual, and
awesome.
yeah, tell the people where they can find
Awesome.
you.
So I am getting ready for this comeback climb. I am looking for people who want to come with me. And if you don't want to climb, we also have the opportunity of just bringing supplies. We carry and bring as many supplies as we can. Please check out my social media, connect with me on social media. Instagram is a great place. That parachute that just showed, Patty, I got that
Yes.
at TJ Maxx.
Oh wow! Look at
You
that.
know,
Something like that. What a difference it made in that space. You get an item at TJ Maxx that you could have just looked at it and said, it looks nice, but just kept walking. But you took action, and now look at the difference it made. Amazing.
exactly. It is amazing. And so it really is all about just the small things, what a big difference they make. Um,
Oh,
so yeah, I'd love to have people come and join me next year, 2027, comeback climb.
Is that your daughter? Is that your wait?
Yeah, that's Lily. Yep.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. I'm just gonna
Yep.
go and here's a little bit more. Look at the kids.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's Lily. I will say, Patty, if I have a moment, but you
yeah.
know, I never knew how I would that this would be possible for me to go to Africa. And I know that there are a lot of like mission trips, and there's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, I do this, I do that." I just want to let people know that this is bigger than just going to a place that you're not connected with. These are like children. We know these people really deeply, so much so that last year one of the women got married, and she invited everyone that came with us to her wedding.
Oh, wow, that's so
This,
special.
like, coming over to Africa with us is
Like
a very
lifelong relationships,
it's
lifelong
a
relationships.
it's a real connection spot. If somebody really wanted to be a part of and not just watch something or go someplace for a moment and drop off pencils and leave, we are really a part of this in this community. So if you're looking for something on a different level, that's what we are all about.
Oh, I'm loving all the smiles, by the way. I'm loving all the smiles.
Yeah, there's a lot
We
of
got to show
smiles.
this
We
picture right here. We got to show this one. I love this
Yeah.
picture. Oh
Oh,
my God. Please check out her IG page. And again, I'm just going to show this one. Look at the smiles on those kids. Look at that. That's so beautiful. Tiffany, this is amazing.
there,
Wow.
yeah, it is. It's God is good, Patty.
Wow, absolutely amazing. Congratulations on all the great work you're doing for the world. You know, service
Mm,
above self, and sometimes the videos you don't even need to say anything. Look.
yep,
The proof is in the pudding right there.
yep.
That's beautiful. Well, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story. I hope you visit Tiffany's page on IG. It's TJ for Tiffany Jones, TJ Me Uplift. That's TJMEUPLIFT for all our audio listeners. That's for Tiffany Jones, TJ Me Uplift. And go ahead, support. There's a GoFundMe, or go with her to Kilimanjaro. Tiffany, I'm going to pass it to you for some closing remarks.
Oh, thank you so much, Patty. Thank you for this time and our challenges with the technology. Thank you for our
It's
flexibility.
life, right? It's life. It's no different than bumping your head right on the mountain. Maybe a little less pain, but nonetheless, you do what you got to do, right? We want to get the message across, and serving purpose is important. But go ahead and give us some closing
Yeah,
remarks, my friend.
yeah. Thank you, and I hope that I hope that everyone just takes away that today is the day. You know, so sorry. Legacy. Today, today is the day. Legacy is made in every step that you take. So just take that next step.
That's right. Take that next step. And don't wait for someday. Thanks for all the listeners. And don't forget to hit subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, and write a review. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. And this show will be also downloaded on Thursday, and that will be August 27th in all those platforms. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and God bless. Until next time, live your legacy. Have a nice day, everybody.
And every turning point holds the power of legacy. Every step we've